I'd listened to a lot of podcasts and other things about practice ownership. And so I thought I was prepared, or just I thought I was more prepared than I really was, and so and I've said this many times to Rob and Dr. Craven, but you don't know what you don't know. And so I found that first year to be quite the struggle and was just looking for anything to help me out. And I was looking for ways to save money as a practice owner. And so I had started using a new removable lab, and the one of the owners of the lab had directed me towards Synergize Dental and Dr. Craven. And although I wasn't at that point in time, wasn't necessarily looking to switch consultants or do anything else in regards to that. I mean, I was still happy to talk to anybody and everybody about practice ownership and see what they have to offer. And I talked to Rob and Dr. Craven, and it ended up we had a couple of good conversations. And then, here I am today. So we ended up making the switch officially. So I wasn't looking to switch. I mean, it was kind of, in my brain somewhere that I eventually would, but they were still giving me good, helpful information. But yeah, it just wasn't helping my practice progress quite as quickly as I would like it to. It just felt like more of a cookie cutter generic approach to consulting rather than helping my practice with its unique and specific needs. And so, yeah, talking to Dr. Craven and Rob, I was really happy with the fact that they were here local. I liked the idea of being with someone local here and someone that could come into the office if needed and assess, because I think there's something to be said about going into an office and seeing the flow of an office and getting a feel for the dynamics there rather than, 1 30-minute phone call and one hour Zoom training a month. And I really liked the fact that Dr. Craven is a dentist. So he understands a little more intimately the mindset and what it feels like to be a practice owner, and where we would be coming from as a dentist / practice owner. I mean, it seems like they spelled out pretty clear what we've needed so far to get set up with the business services stuff with Synergize, and which is what we're doing right now for the time being, just to help take a little bit off of my plate and my office manager's plate. And, because I've currently been doing the payroll, which, hasn't been a terribly difficult thing to do every other week, but, at the same time, I don't love spending the time doing that every other week. But also, I think one of the biggest things for me is I was paying my previous consultant a monthly fee, and then also an accounting firm. And this accounting firm was doing my bookkeeping day to day. And there was one particular month where I wanted to analyze my profit and loss statement, or look at my profit and loss statement and try to understand it. And so I emailed, the guy that does my daily bookkeeping and said, hey, can you send me over a P&L for this month or the previous month? And his response was, well, just log into QuickBooks Online and, you can get your P&L there. I was like, oh, okay, that's not helpful. And so another one of the things that I think was appealing is that Synergize will produce key reports for me on a monthly basis and send those over to me. And I think they even mentioned that, for the first couple of months or so, they'll help me go over those and understand those. Because I can look at a profit and loss and I can see, this is how much we spent on this. But beyond that, for me, it's like, okay, great. What do I do with these numbers? What sort of actions do I need to take with these? And I don't really know still, to be frank. And just the fact that they would help me do that and understand that and know what I need to do based off of those numbers was really, really quite appealing. Because again, I don't know, I know how to be a dentist and that's about it. And that's so just someone that could help me understand, what these reports means, what that is important to look at and what we need to do based off of those. Ever since I made the decision to switch over to Synergize, I've felt a little more hopeful with private practice stuff, because it's, the past year it's been quite a transitional year. I'm just feeling hopeful and looking forward to, things to come.